At this point, I will turn you over to my Deputy Program Director, who will explain more of the administrative side as well as more about the course activity. And then I will come back for the final word. Let me introduce to you our Deputy Program Director, Ms. Nened Ginoyan.
Thank you, Marvin, and thank you to all of you for being here today. Am I blocking that?
No, it's okay.
So, Marvin has so far tried to communicate to you the educational need for the program, why this is important. Second, the knowledge and the skills that you will acquire in the course of navigating through the entire curriculum. And hopefully to create an awareness of the value of the fund management certificate that you may earn at the end or after completing the entire course, no? So, moving on, I'd like to share a bit more information about the program. So, hopefully you will be able to make a better informed decision as to whether you will really engage in the program. Now, if you look at this components of the course assessment, now how does this all play out in terms of the computation of your grade point average? So we will have 3 module exams. Each will have a weight of 15%. So it's a module exam, so it will cover specific topics, as you can see here. Now, a final comprehensive exam will take up 25% of your total grade, and that will cover all the topics from modules 1 to 10. Now, the critical component of this is the course integration activity. As you can see here, it's 30%. So what is this course integration activity? This is a very important component of the whole exercise because it is a requirement for you to be able to earn the fund management certificate. So what's this all about? All participants will be grouped into fund management teams of 3 members each. So in that context, we are actually just looking at a maximum of 48 participants for this program. Why 3 members? Why not 5? Why not 7? Because we want to achieve visibility for each member. We want you to be accountable also and to put in your own way and make a meaningful contribution to the program. Because it's hard, no? If there's a big group of 10, 15, the tendency is not everybody will get the chance to really, take part in it, no? So we want you to be actively engaged talaga. Exchange ideas. And looking at the list, this is a very diverse group. I mean, the backgrounds are all different. Although you more or less have some affinity to managing money, no? But it's very interesting actually, the list, no? So what are you going to do here? You, as Marvin mentioned earlier, you will be actually creating a portfolio or a fund. And then you will be designing the strategy for that, the investment strategy. And at the end, after a certain period of time, you will be asked to defend the outcome of your decisions. The defense will be in the form of a presentation. So what are we doing here? We're trying to simulate an actual performance presentation to a client, no? So after, you pitch for the client, you got the account, and then you recommended this, I suggest that you do this, and then now it's the challenge for you to justify the outcome of your investment. So you will be doing that, these teams will be doing that before a panel consisting of fund management practitioners and people who are affiliated with the program. It's going to be very exciting, very challenging for you, no? And then it will involve specific written assignments, as we will discuss in further detail as we go along. Now, I'd like to show you the rubric for the grading of this integration activity, just so that you will appreciate the fact that there will be 2 formal reports that you need to write. No? We will have guidelines naman, no? As in due course, we will just explain this. No? But basically, each report will account for 30 points, and then the actual presentation will be 40 points. So every group can have a maximum of 100 points. Each member will get the same grade. So there's no peer rating, where if the other person did not contribute, we'll give him a failing score. No, everybody gets the same mark. So it's very critical that each one really contributes. It's going to be very challenging, very, very interesting. Now, who should participate here? We have here a very comprehensive list of potential participants, no? We want the FMCP to be part of your continuing education experience. No? As lifelong learners, all of us, learning is not just a perfection or mastery of a subject. It's a progression, no? It's a journey. So we want to take part in that. Because regardless of where we are, at whatever point in our career we are, we need to continue learning, and it never stops. So, but primarily, the FMCP was really designed for fund managers, no? Those preferably with an accounting or finance background. But we are not excluding people with other diverse, backgrounds, or not necessarily from, a financial undergrad course or accounting, for example. But if you are not, say, a graduate of a finance course, or you are not in the mainstream of fund management, we would expect you to at least have basic, understanding of the foundational concepts of finance and accounting, because it will be a handicap for you if you will, get into the course and you absolutely know nothing about, just the basic stuff, because we won't go through the basic anymore. No? That. And then, it's all about inclusive learning. We always hear about inclusive growth. So we want to create an environment, a learning environment, where everybody, regardless of your background, within the broad spectrum of money management, whether you're managing corporate funds, you're managing your own personal funds, or you're managing funds of a client, we want everybody to have that opportunity to learn, and to also be able to distribute the dividends from the knowledge that you will get from this exercise. Now, so we want to include everybody as much as possible. Now, I think these are just basic housekeeping information. The program fee for members of the Fund Managers Association of the Philippines is 48,000, and which will also be the Eagle rate, meaning if you enroll in the program before September 29, you will get 48,000. Now, if we are able to reach the 48 limit in terms of the slots, then we will obviously have to stop accepting applications for registration. No? Currently, we have about 5 confirmed participants already in the program as of today. The course is going to be run from October 11 to December 2. We will have Wednesdays and Thursday sessions from 1:30 to 5:30, and Saturday sessions 8:30 to 12:30. I understand that there are some of you who have expressed concern about the weekday schedules, that some would prefer, in fact, just a Saturday course. But the thing is, this is really a function of the availability of the program resources in terms of speakers, venues, etc. Although it's something that probably we will take into account, in the future run of this course. But for now, we are constrained to really hold weekday schedules for. So you'll just have to make adjustments in your own schedule and proper approvals from your seniors to allow you to leave the office in the afternoon of Wednesdays and Thursdays over this period. So now, the deadline for the registration is September 29, which is actually shortly before the commencement of the program on October 11. For self-funded participants, meaning you are paying for your own attendance to the program, you are required to pay the fees not later fully by October 11. And for company-sponsored participants, which normally we have quite a number of, the deadline for payment will be October 28. Now, you can still cancel, just in case for some reason you decide you don't want to push through with it anymore, you can cancel only until October 2, because if not, there will be a forfeiture of some of the payments that you have made. Now, upon registration, you are expected to pay 50% of the program fee. Now, if you cancel on or before October 2, 50% of that program fee will be refunded to you. After October 2, the entire payment will be forfeited already. So, because we want to give, a slot is being made available for you. So, if you change your mind last minute at the expense of another person, so there's going to be a bit of a penalty for that. The venue will not be here, no? It will be at the Salcedo campus of the Ateneo. So I'm sure you can easily find your way going there. And we want to be a little strict here about attendance. So we're going to really check attendance. No? For you to be able to earn at least the certificate of attendance, you should have attended at least 80% of the lecture sessions. There are 18 sessions. 3 are exam sessions, 15 are lecture sessions. So that means that you can only be absent up to 12 hours, or the equivalent of 3 days, 3 lecture days. So there are some people who have previous schedules of travel already. So you just have to work around that, no? If really you have made bookings already for travel that will be in conflict with a lecture date. As long as you don't exceed the 12 hours, then you still get a certificate of attendance. Now, we're going blue here in Ateneo Lingo. This means that everything will be given to you in soft copies. We will not be giving you the bulky folders anymore with the printouts of the PowerPoint presentation. So it will all be in USB format. And we will create an email group so that from time to time, resources will be made available to you online. Electronically via email. And then part of this is that there will be course materials that will be given to you, advanced reading materials that you have to read before some of the sessions. And at the discretion of the lecturers, he or she may give short quizzes, and the points that you get from those quizzes will be added to your module exam grade. So, that keeps us on our toes and, really sort of encourages us to really be on top of whatever subject we're going to talk about, no? And then, this is the most exciting part because we're giving a top of the class award to the person who earns the highest GPA for the course. Now, what's in store for this person? This person is going to get an all-expense learning session, free learning session, exposure visit with the largest fund manager in the world, which is BlackRock. BlackRock is currently managing about 5.1 trillion US dollars. So they're the biggest investment manager. They're present in over 30 countries. They're managing funds for institutions, countries, individuals. So if you're interested in finding out more about BlackRock, this is an advertisement for them. You can check blackrock.com. So the Fund Managers Association of the Philippines is going to sponsor your airfare and your accommodation. But hindi 1 week yun, Basta, yeah. But this is going to be a great incentive for you to really do well. It's really very, very, exciting. Now, at the same time, we're going to give a merit award to the best presentation. But we are not going to have a consolation prize na yung trip to Boracay. Ganyan na. Basta, bragging rights na. Okay? So, the group that delivers the best presentation will be given a special merit award, each member of the group. Well, it's not going to be a joke. It's not going to be a walk in the park, because you really have to do your homework. Now, what amount of work is expected from you for the coursework? Now, on top of attending the sessions, as stipulated here. Of course, you will be expected to meet with your group mates, no? On a regular basis. Because by October 11, the first day of classes, we will be already handing out to you the first part of the case scenario that you will be working on. So that this gives you enough time to be close to your, to your group mates, because we will try to group you already as soon as we start the program into groups of 3. So, yan. So, hindi to junket or pasyal-pasyal lang. It's really going to be work for you. But, we really are excited because this is something that's not usually being done. Now, the fund management certificate is what you may earn. I say may, because not all may be able to earn this, no? Because you need to satisfy a certain GPA requirement before you receive this. And of course, you'll have to complete the course integration activity. If for whatever reason you miss the chance of presenting then you will be disqualified from receiving the certificate. So it will just probably be the certificate of attendance. Now, we say that this is certificate because the way it's structured right now is that it's a specialized training on a specific topic, which is fund management, no? And you will get at the end of the course and after passing certain assessments, which will be the exam and the activity, you'll earn the certificate. Now, this is not to be confused with a certification program, which is slightly different in the sense that, certification programs are, certification is a process where like a third-party institution or a standard-setting institution, usually non-governmental, gives a time-restricted credential or recognition to a person. Then you have to attend continuing education. There are requirements, eligibility requirements, and then for certifications also, normally you get a designation appended to your name, like for example, say CFA or if you want in this context, certified fund manager, for example. But this is something that we want to move towards in the future, sooner than later. But for now, this is a certificate program. This is the platform that we will have to, from which we will build it, move further towards making it a certification program. And then, of course, for those who are able to diligently attend the classes, then at least you'll be able to go home with a certificate of attendance. Now, if you still can't make the 80% cut, then it will be just nice to know that you attended the program. Diba? Okay na rin yun. Siguro, talagang medyo tanghali ka magising pag-ibig. Okay? So before I turn the floor over back to Mark, I'd just like to say that, you have to trust your intuition on this, or how you feel about it. If you think that this is a program that's worth your time, then you have to look at it as an opportunity, an experience to learn. And hopefully, if that is the way you feel, we would be more than happy to see you on October 11 when the sessions start. And again, just to remind you that there are only 48 slots for the program. Because we want to limit it into a smaller group. Because we want visibility, accountability, and just to remind you that everybody will get the chance to speak. So kung medyo shy ka ng konti, then it's not the time to be shy anymore. So again, thank you so much for being here, and calling back Marvin. Thank you.
Thank you, Nanette. So it's not really a walk in the park. There's a lot of hard work, but there's going to be a lot of rewards as well. After this, our vision is really for you to be already the minimum standard of knowledge as a fund manager. If you get the certification, if you pass, then you will have something to give to your employer or to somebody you're applying to. That you went through this rigorous training. And just to add a bit about the course integration, when you present, you will only be given 10 minutes to present the strategy. You will be asked to write about it within 5 pages of strategy, of equity, economy, fixed income, equity, strategy, asset allocation, and then you will only be given 10 minutes to present, and then another 10 minutes for Q&A. If you don't finish the 10 minutes, you'll be cut off. So it's going to be you have to practice your presentation skills and analytical skills in order to defend the strategy that you presented. So it's going to be a wonderful session, and hopefully that all of you can learn from it as well. So just to close our part of this program, more and more the challenges of fund manager increases. The world grows and the economies grow, as well as the markets become really very volatile. And more and more challenges and requirements of a fund manager, the skill of a fund manager is very important because it's critical in the way people invest, in the way people affect the economy as a whole, and those people who entrust their money to you as a fund manager, because you will affect their future as well. If you manage their money well, you will be managing their financial future better, and they will be able to reach their goals. and achieve their dreams. So I believe that the ultimate purpose of this program is really to help all of these people and to help improve their lives. Because it's really very important for fund managers to do their jobs well, given all the volatilities that we are facing. So in that sense, I think the role of a fund manager becomes more important. And I think that is really the reason why we have this program. That's it. Thank you very much.